This is a good freeze frame of T90. We'll be watching T90 says thanks for TTL4. First time watching it.
Hello, guys. It's a couple hours after Titans League Season 4 ended, and I wanted to sit down and just record a thank you video. I felt as though on the live stream, I wasn't able to collect my thoughts as much as I wanted to, and so I wanted to just sit down and have like a dedicated vid to just say thanks and talk about how I felt the season went real quick. So first off, I mean, this is on the Extras channel that has had almost 1 million views over the past 30 or so days.
TTL is definitely my favorite tournament because to play all three. The amount of views on the Extras channel is outrageous. They're all super long videos and they're all getting like 20,000 views. Even like the later stages of Platinum really picked up. Like Gold was getting like 10K views though.
I don't know what it will come out to over the past 3 months or whatever. Obviously, a lot of repeat viewers there. So if that was you, thank you so much. To have a separate channel to spam uploads there is a ton of like work. And obviously, it means there's a lot of games. And in the past, I would have never expected that I could have so many different players, so many different games, and that many people interested. So many comments blocking spoilers. People just having fun in a separate section of the community, which is YouTube Extras fam. So thank you very much, community, for that. It's been sick. This, of course, means this is all on top of the live viewing. The live people who could make it live, just incredible. I don't know what the exact average is right now because I just ended TTL and I can look later. But like many days, 4, 5, 6,000 people, and it only built up as the event went on. That's incredible. I did like very little promo this event. I just kind of wanted to focus on just covering the event. I didn't want to push myself and go too extreme and set really high goals and then feel like disappointed and burnt out. I just wanted to see how things would roll. And it definitely rolled better, went better than I thought it would. Even though I don't.
This was, I believe, the smoothest of the TTLs so far. That's a pretty good freeze frame as well, looking at me in disgust for doing this. I thought it was pretty nice. Everything flowed very smoothly. I think we've kind of gotten a system on how to do it. I've gotten a lot better at doing it just this year alone. It's another good T90 freeze frame that's pretty action-packed. I thought it was very nice that we got front page a few times. I was there for 2 times. I don't know if there was more. I noticed a lot of retention from the front page. One of those days, I think it was like 8,000 and then like front page, boom, that was like another 8,000. Afterwards, it was still like 12,000. It dropped a lot when they all left.
Even though I don't really know exactly what I was expecting. So just thank you very much, viewers, for having interest. Now, I want to do a couple shout outs I didn't do on the stream. I want to first and foremost say thank you to like all the creators that really took Titans League seriously and covered it.
Like I know he's going to say, but it was great. There was so much coverage across the community over the whole time. It's a lot to ask to have people like showing up for over a month straight.
There were many of those people I brought in to cast. Colin, for example, covered a lot of Silver League. You had Daniela.
Oh, Colin, yeah. Colin is someone that like I never expected. That was great. Danny is someone that like always is loving the underdogs. Covering Gold League was totally up her alley, I'd say. I think Gold was very good. It's consistently very good. And Silver is great too. I noticed this while casting Queen's Clash 3, how it played at least. And you see these way less just strict meta, and it's way more interesting. Like, you might see infantry line actually work. It's exciting. So that's one other reason why I like TTL. Play all 3, and I like how it just dips very far down the top ladder. You got like all the top 50.
You had Ornlu, you had T-West, you had Memb.
Ornlu was there a lot. Twest was great too. I think Ornlu and T90 had a pretty good dynamic going on. Twest is also pretty good because like they frequently talk about the maps, and I like that quite a lot because you kind of see like his passion and what he influenced on TTL brought out in the casts.
There's others that I maybe wasn't able to bring in, others that I maybe am not shouting out right now. But like when you host a tournament like this, when there's so many games, the biggest thing in my mind was, is Gold going to get coverage? Will there be interest from the wider community? And there were people covering that and that held interest in it. Naturally, I think for certain people, once it gets late stages, they might say, it's not worth it for me to stream because T90 will be streaming. A lot of the viewers will be there, which is great. But like, huge shout out to everyone who who took the early stages of TTL seriously and covered it as an event. It was actually kind of intentional in some ways that we structure it that way, because I think it's good for the community to have other creators to look to for the earlier stages. I wouldn't have been able to cover it all, but also it was so cool to see other people who did. So shout out to all of them. Hope they get the appreciation they deserve. Another thing that needs to be mentioned, I didn't mention on the stream. The two people that are somehow coordinated with this very video right now, at least getting it already, Hardy and Uglie. Just absolutely crazy, guys. I'm recording in 4K every single day. We've had very little turnaround time to get the videos up. We would like to make that faster in the future. That'll have to do with Hardy's internet. And
Feels
it's
true,
not
man.
his work ethic. He's a maniac. Hardy, thank you so much. And I mean, the thumbnails,
Thanks for including me, Hardy.
the drafts on the videos, all these things is just like the churning it out at a pretty professional pace. And it kind of took the workout from me. I was able to just focus on doing the content, and then we have the result, right? Very nice for me that I didn't have to be on top of them about a certain series not being live. We did miss one, actually. We did miss one. I don't know if Hardy's going to hear this. I don't know what happened. I think we missed freaking Andy and Dallas in the first round. Unimportant now. That just gives us...
Oh no. Yeah, we have the lost TTL game we can now unearth a month later. Yeah, I would say it's very smooth going because Hardy and I are just boom, boom, boom every day. Like, we're in communication constantly, so it's not hard to do that. But T90 is completely hands off and it just flows and it's great. It's a month straight of just going and I like it.
a way to improve next season.
I do like it. I liked TTL quite a lot this year. It was literally the best it's ever been, work-wise. Logo, 0 renditions, first try, all good. Very happy with the logo. I made a texture when I made the logo, which is a pure learning experience from just other times thinking just logo. When you make something, you gotta make a texture too. It's for the overlays, it's for all your thumbnails, where it's just TTL returns, where you need a promo image, you just slap that on, use the text that you picked, boom. It went so smooth.
Also, my admin team did an incredible job. Guys, this was silver, this was gold, and this was plat. This dates all the way back. I mean, in terms of setting it up, September, October. Big shout outs to JBR and Arbase, who without them...
Oh yeah, the amount of work that Arbase does, JBR I'm sure does a lot too, but Arbase, I'm in communication with Arbase. He's on top of everything all the time. If you need anything, he'll do it no matter what. Great to work with him.
This wouldn't have been possible. There's so much that goes on with scheduling, all types of annoyances that happen behind the scene, and I don't let that bleed into the broadcast, right? I don't really discuss that too much with you. There's always something for whatever reason, and that's something I've got a team to work with to make sure it gets handled. So I felt in very capable hands there, and the communication is exactly what I needed it to be, both to me and to the players. T West did an amazing job with the maps. Obviously, we had some tweaks here or there as
Twist maps. Ooh. It's fun. It's fun talking with Twist about maps. Smallest maps. Twist also is nearby, so we've hung out. I'd say we're friends.
As things tend to go. But same deal with T West, guys. Just on top of it, we need...
True. He is passionate about it. I agree. Twist is all in on Age of Empires all the time when he's doing it. Yes. Yeah, explain it with the chessboard. Yes. There you go. Shout out to Twist. Twist does a lot and kind of falls into unsung hero. I think Arbase also does. JBR, I'm sure, as well.
The tweak that's normally coming.
Shout out to Hardy.
So again, thank you to him for the maps, as well as the casting, which I don't think I mentioned before. I think I missed his name. Just all these things have to come together to be just incredible. Now, I'm probably going to miss some people. I'm probably going to miss some things. But I wanted to end here talking about the importance of TTL in a way that I've done before. And so, listen, right now we have less established top players than we did in the past, meaning that this season was an example of certain players upsetting, right? That was kind of unheard of in the past. So that's a good sign for the scene, right? But still overall, with all these events that happen, it's very likely you can predict who goes to the later stages of them, which means it can be kind of a top-heavy situation, right? And what that means is you can sometimes have more and more people get discouraged who are really talented and get pushed out. And so a couple years ago, I felt like we needed a change in most events in terms of structure. The event for me that really woke me up was, I think, Hidden Cup 4. It was like, or maybe 3, I forget. The qualifiers went to the 7th game in 3 of the 4 qualifiers I'm thinking of. And the people who lost got like maybe $100, 150. I should probably fact check this. I'll see if I could do it while I'll see if I could do this as I speak. I'm sorry. I should double check now. Let me look. Yeah, okay. So like Lan lost to Veleza 4-3 in a Hidden Cup qualifier, Hidden Cup 4 in 2021. So he didn't make the main event. He ended up making $200. Okay. The player who played the absolute worst in that Hidden Cup, so the main event, let's say they didn't win a single game, they ended up receiving $3,400. That was way too big a gap. And so what was happening and what...
I never knew this was the cause of what sparked that idea of TTL. I like to hear this because I agree with this. Spreading the wealth. I'm a big fan of that. Spread it out. And gold reaches so far down.
And so what was happening and what was really, really bad then is people would just stop trying or stop putting in effort. And it's like, why should I put in all this time and effort in such a grind when there's no payoff? Along the same lines, we have a situation where really talented players get matched up against the top 16 and then they are out. You see it in all these qualifiers now. That's why it's important there's prize pools in these qualies, which is a great change. But like TTL was designed to have players categorized so they can build up confidence and grow and slowly work their way up. And I think that's the most value to the system. So this season was incredible in that regard. We had players who trained their asses off in the silver bracket to make gold, and some of those players continued to train and actually won their group. Like Lewis and Sizcon are 2 examples of that. That's amazing. Like, that is exactly what this is designed to do. Obviously, Platinum is great, right? The big leagues, you have the players winning for the championships. But like, the players below that are the new fresh blood and the health of our scene. And so
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm almost always cheering for the up and comers. Sebastian's rise has been great. I loved seeing Dark perform so well. Nikov, I know he's not new, but him just rising to the top, being to top 4 in S tier, beating Hera in Wandering Warriors Cup too. I love seeing things changing up. I think a lot of people are thirsty for that.
coming into the end of TTL, I probably shouldn't have thought this because I jinxed myself. But like Friday evening, before the final weekend, before the semis and the final, I thought, this could be the worst weekend of AW2 ever. I'm already happy. The viewership was great. The support was great. But like in terms of the event, I'm already happy, man. Like
I share that exact same feeling. The bronze match was so much closer. Went to game 7. It was beautiful.
The amount of players that have reached out to me, the amount of improvement I've seen, the grinding I've seen, it's accomplishing what we want, which is more players being able to play top level AW2 and building confidence and growing, which hopefully will move to other events for them outside of events that I host, and we can have more top level AW2 players. Kind of regret thinking that because then we had 4-0, 4-0 in the semifinals and then a 4-0 final, so it was actually probably the worst possible result in terms of that.
But I don't think we were surprised either. I didn't enter the semis thinking, well, I mean, I wanted a Dark Nikov final, of course. That would have been absolutely stunning. Them just rising all the way through and doing that. Oh, look how sad T90 looks over the 4-0, 4-0.
But what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Competition's competition. I can't really control that. And it happens, right? So, some people have gotten bummed. Some people want the very top. They want a new name to win, which is understandable maybe. They want some shock and awe, and they want close sets. I totally get that. But like the thing about Titans League is it's not just about who wins number 1. It's about the relegation battles. It's about the survival battles. It's about the different leagues. And I feel like there's just so much this event has from a fun and entertainment standpoint beyond winning number 1. It was a super good season. I'm going to leave you with this. I read this on stream once. but I don't know if it hit the videos, and I think it just kind of nails down my point of what I want Titans League to be. I'm gonna read a message from Lucho from a couple years ago. Like this is the type of thing, like you have no idea how much messages like this inspire me to grind and do these types of things, right? So for those that don't know, this season, Lucho for the first time went through the silver bracket. In the past, he had lost. In fact, previous 3 times he had lost in the silver, which means he didn't make it to gold. This time, in gold, he went to playoffs. He won, and so he will be platinum next time. He'll be top 24 in the world, and he's 18 years old.
Holy cow. I didn't follow that part of a Lucha making it to plat, actually.
Or like maybe 19 years old now, very close, and from Argentina, so young talent. This message is from December of 2023, and this is right, well, let me read it. Hey, T90, my name is Lucho, the 17-year-old Argentinian. I started playing on July of last year and so far have reached 2,400 elo. Just saw the VOD of your stream from last night and you casted 2 of my games against Kingston and Capuch, and you said some really nice words about me. It means a lot coming from the best caster and most influent person of the game. It was just a random stream. I'm just casting live games and people were like, who's Lucho, right? You might not remember, but I signed up for the first season of Titans League Silver. It's when I was 1,500 or 1,600 and had to play against you in the first round. We played an amazing game on Arabia where I was ahead, but I couldn't finish it. Once we finished the games, you told me you've played amazing and there is no way you're 1,600 elo. Keep grinding. You have big potential or something similar. I just wanted to let you know the fact that you know.
You know, I bet that inspired him. For someone like T90 in the scene to tell you that, he's someone that watches gameplay all the time. And as a 15-year-old and you're just up and coming, that gives you some like fire underneath your feet and you want to just keep running.
Every single player's information, such as their age, nationality, elo, how much time they've been playing AoE, just shows that you're so passionate about the community, and is super nice that your words and action can encourage people to keep playing, improving in this game, as this happened with me. With nothing more to say, I hope you continue the great support that you've given throughout the game. You're a great person, caster, a couple other things. And then he sent a screenshot of the lobby. So he was starstruck, played against me, 2K3 at the time. And yeah, he took a screenshot of the lobby. He posted the screenshots here in the DM. So like, guys, I mean, like that's everything to me. Like that situation's everything to me, right? Like I don't know many 16 or 1700s that have a lot of potential. I don't know if I'd go that far, but there's like 18, 1900, 2K, 2K1, 2K2s. There's 2K4s you don't even know about that aren't even on the map that can rise up through this type of format. And like, you better believe that this story with Lucho is inspiring to me. It's huge. And so it gets me a bit feelsy, you know? Above it all, this is what it's all about. I appreciate that Lucho appreciates me, but it's pretty cool to see the progression there at the very least. 1,600 in Season 1, and then a couple years later, he's gotten good, and he went from silver to gold to platinum. So that's it. That's it, man. That's what it's all about. There's so many players, guys, who lost in that silver bracket that have a lot of potential. I played a couple ranked games the week silver was happening after a couple players got upset. Like players who were maybe the ELO favorites. And literally in Dark Age, and some of them paused and we just talked about it, right? Like I was sad about TTL, and then it was just like pause, type on Discord or type in the game about it. They're like, man, I'm like, it's weird. I'm like in the middle of it. I'm like at the heart of it. I'm so connected to it all. And it just feels so cool to have like, to see those players and root for them.
It must be so cool to be playing at the same level as these players also doing this. It's like you're completely connected with them. You've got a similar like understanding of the game and the effort of what it's taken to get there. So he can empathize with these people. It's probably very touching.
So again, above all, you know, the whole format is pushing the scene forward. I think we have some positive days ahead of us, not only for TTL, but other games. But I thought I'd leave you guys with that. There's a lot of things I can change with TTL in the future. There's already things I'd like to tweak. I wouldn't... feel free to give any feedback, please. Just be positive about it, right? But, like, don't worry. I'll be changing what's in my power. I want to make this better for the players, for the fans, and yeah, for as many people as possible. So finally shutting up.
I think the only complaint I've heard is that it's too long, which is like, how do you do it? Do you make it like 5 weeks? I don't know what you do. I guess that's Artbase's job. Is that stuff that Artbase figures out?
Thank you very much for supporting TTL4. It was absolutely sick. I've got a lot of sub goals to complete. There will be lots more content. The main channel.
It's my favorite of all the S tiers. I like to play all 3 way too much and then like dipping down to lower tiers and seeing exactly what happened this season. People climbing.
I lost like 60% of my viewership on the main channel because of TTL. So I stopped uploading on the main channel as much because that was content overload. Go back there now, please. Videos every day. Some really cool things are coming. All right. Thank you guys very much. I feel very lucky. See you.
All right. That was great. That was good. I like to hear more about behind the scenes. It's a double behind the scenes. Shout out to T90 for the tournament. Yeah, here's my real news. Twitch shirt.